Guys, this is my 1963 GMC Suburban. I'm getting ready to pull it in the booth to do a patina paint job, base coat, clear coat with flattening agent in the clear. This is a sneak preview. I've already done the roof. All the panels were stripped. So new front fenders. So quite a bit of body work. Had some rust on it. Doctored those places up, replaced the floor pans, right rocker. So I'll be pulling this in the booth. I'm going to change the wheels and tires I have a 66 Suburban. I'm going to put those wheels on it since they're white and kind of like the old wagon style white wheels. Put new tires on it. We took the bumpers off. So anyway, I'll be taking video segments along the way, along the paint job. And it'll probably take me most of the day to patina it. So I will try to do each step along the way. So hope you enjoyed the video. Okay guys, we're in the booth. It's almost showtime here, getting ready to do my patina paint job. So it's a 63 GMC Suburban Custom, genuine custom. It had the moldings on there, the custom emblems. So I'm doing the jams at the same time. So the game plan is to do a light coated gray sealer. Then I'm doing another coat of gray base coat. And then I'm doing a coat of black, which worked real good on the roof. And then I'm putting a red oxide type base coat that I matched an old school type, the old school type red oxide primer. And then I'm doing this section white, which came from the factory as an off-white. And I'm doing this teal. So this is the same teal, I forget the name of it, but it's the same as on my 66. GMC Custom, which I'm going to be changing colors and doing a frame off and everything. So we put an extensive amount of work into this. We stripped every panel, body worked it, replaced the fenders, sprayed the underside of the hood, all kinds of work to this. It did have rust issues. We did replace the right rocker, brand new rocker, right floor pan, left floor pan. So this is going to be tricky because I'm also doing the jams in like a pewter. I'm doing the jam itself in the teal, but I'm doing the door in the factory type fawn color, champagne color, whatever you call it. So anyway, this is going to be a lot of steps involved. It's about noontime, or it's about 1 o'clock on Friday. I doubt if I finish this today. So I will be probably finishing this tomorrow. I'll be doing little segments here and there. So to show you progress and show you what I've done and explain what I've done. So I've never done a patina paint job on a car or truck, but I have done a couple on motorcycles and they came out awesome. So fingers crossed guys, and I'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Here's where we're at right now. I got the sealer on, a coat of gray, and a base coat gray. As you can see in the picture above, you can see the difference between the sealer and the base coat gray. So, and I put a coat of black on here just in case I go through the next color, which will be red oxide. If I go through that when I'm sanding, you will see some splotches of black and gray. But on the roof, I did a pretty good job of not going through. So I've already done the jam, or I'm sorry, the door itself. I got it masked up. So I'll be doing the jam after I do the red oxide base coat color. And I'll check back then. I bet this brings back memories for all you old school painters. Yep, the red oxide lacquer primer days. Yep, I was just getting into painting when we used the red oxide lacquer primer, red and gray. Red was pretty popular. So anyway, next step on this, oh, by the way, on this, I put heavier coats right here and down here because the sun would beat on this more. So when I sand through the teal and the white, it will, I won't have an issue going through the red. So, and if I do, I got the black and the gray for backup. So here's the teal. I started spraying the front. I'm gonna be doing the door jambs. I'll mask them up, then I'll do the white section, then I'll dig in on the teal, then I'll do the magic, and then I definitely am gonna clear coat this. I did the roof gloss clear, and then I put some flattening agent in it. Just a little duller than a matte finish, almost a flat finish. So anyway, this is where we stand right now. New segment coming up soon. As you can see, I just got done spraying the white. Now my thinking behind this is that you really don't want to hammer on the white because you obviously want to make it look transparent. You want it easy to work with. So any place that you don't go through will still be a little bit transparent. You can see a little bit of the red oxide, give it that 50, 60-year-old look. So, because some of these places I will go sanding through. So both sides match real good. What I did too is I mask up the jams. So I sprayed those teal, or the jam teal, and of course the door pewter. And you probably ask, well, if you're gonna spray teal down here, why did I have to mask up the jam? Well, I want the jam to stay clean. So let's say I want to put a little rust or something, some special effect there. Well, if I do that and the overspray goes into the jam, then you got overspray on the jam. So I want to keep that as clean as possible. So I masked off the white like a 1/4 inch in. In fact, I'm going to spray a little more white in there so it gets covered. And so it's coming along. And by the way, when I did cut in the jam teal, overspray came on this area right here. So what I did was sprayed the red oxide color to kill that. So let's say I wanted to sand through here, then I don't want the teal to show up. So if I barely go through, I'll have the red oxide to show up. That's why I recoated. Again, there was teal from the overspray on the door. I should have masked this area off, but I didn't. So the teal got on there, it covered the red oxide. So I killed the teal with the red oxide again. I covered that. So there's actually red oxide underneath this white. So when I go through, it won't show up as teal. I want the red oxide to show up. So anyway, it's coming along, guys. Can't wait to do the teal. That's coming up next. I got to mask up the white, finish off the jam. And lots to come, lots of steps to go, but it's coming along. So thanks for bearing with me. It should be pretty cool when it's done. If it comes out anything like the roof, gonna be pretty awesome. It's about 4:15 right now. So again, I probably won't finish this today. So next, all the rest of the segments will be probably tomorrow morning. So thanks for watching. Before I go any further, guys, I want to show you guys a quick tip. And I learned this a long time ago doing a lot of two-tone trucks. Is anytime you're doing a two-tone, is at any seam, mask it up right here. Because what happens, let's say when I spray this teal, if I didn't have this taped up, it'd go through this jam, this gap right here, and the overspray would get on to the adjacent surfaces here. So this helps prevent it. Now I do have a piece that overlaps the edge of the door, and I also have it overlapping the edge of the quarter, and then I have the piece going right down here. That's extra protection. So let's say you're spotting a car in, and I just use this for an example. Let's say I'm spraying this door. Okay, see this piece of tape right here? If I'm spraying this door, the overspray would travel through here. If I didn't have this piece of tape, would travel through there, get on here, go through here, it'd get on the cowl, even on the hood. So keep in mind, whatever you're spraying, whether it's a spot job or a two-tone, watch where the overspray travels into the gaps. Putting a piece of tape like that will prevent it from going on here and any adjacent surface. So that is a good tip to learn, and it will save you a lot of trouble cleaning overspray off. So So hopefully that comes in handy for you guys. Keep that in mind. Always be aware of your where the overspray will go through the gaps and onto adjacent surfaces. So back to work. You can see where I'm at right now. Okay, as you can see, I got the teal on. I put this on light as well too. But if you notice down at the bottom here, on all the surfaces that point away from the sun, I made heavier. If I want to work them in, I can. If I don't, they'll remain teal, of course. So same with down here, all the lower surfaces from about the top of the fender well up. I did pretty much good coverage. So as you can see, I took the paper off the white too. So I'll be pulling the rest of the paper off. I'll walk around. I'm gonna do lots of stuff on the hood. See the teal, the bottom's covered good. So I gotta make sure these drip rails tie in with the roof, because I had quite a bit of imitation rust on there. Fox rust. So this is what it's looking like. It's looking real good, I think. It's 5:15 right now. I may just do a couple tests here and see what it's gonna look like, and then call it a night. So, looking good so far. Do some magic tomorrow, clear coat, hopefully done by noontime. Till then, see ya. Hey guys, Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. So I've been here since 8 o'clock. Working on it, sanding, a lot of hand sanding. So some people DA these. I thought hand sanding worked best. I did use some 600 grit on a DA. That seemed to work as far as fine tuning it. So I'm gonna start putting the rust areas on there. I'm gonna play around with this down here. I'm gonna strip an area. Those are brand new fenders, and I'm gonna put candy over that. So I'm gonna make it look like the, people rested their arm on the door, and I'll be putting candy on that. As you can see how the white came out. I think it's coming along real good for my first attempt. You can see the back here. So a couple tips I've learned along the way is, if you do a two-tone, especially like a white, and you're sanding the darker color or whatever, and you go back to white, make sure you change the paper. You don't want to smear the other powder or the other color into the white. So, and as far as the papers I've been using a red Scotch-Brite, very little. I've been using 180 grit DA and 320 DA. And what I do, I just take a Scotch-Brite and put it on the back of the paper, so I'm using the full paper. We use 6-inch paper here. And a good tip for you too, this is what I visualized before even doing this, is the top areas where the sun hits the most and where wear and tear. You want to make sure you have more of the wear and tear showing. And every panel on the bottom side, I made sure I just have a little bit showing through. So anyway, this is how it's going. I'll be doing special areas, candy, rust areas and things like that. So we'll check back soon. Hope you're liking what you see so far. Okay, it's about almost noontime, and I'm pretty much done. I have not clear coated it yet. I planned on doing that today, but I changed my mind. I want to come in fresh tomorrow, clean out the booth. It's a disaster. I think it came out very, very good for my first time. By the way, that candy I used was a mix of candy tangerine, mainly pagan gold, about 50-50 mix of that. And then I added a few drops of apple red. All KKs, House of Kolor candy concentrates. I'd say it looks about 50 years old, 60 years old. I wanted to leave a lot of teal, not a lot, but more than I did on the roof. So I left that on the bottom. A little rust on the usual spots on these trucks. Bottom of the doors, the rocker. What I did was pretty cool over here. I sanded all the way through. Like I mentioned, these are brand new fenders. And I candy coated, I splatter painted, and then I candy coated over the bare metal. So in the sunlight, when the sun hits it, it should be pretty cool. So I'm not gonna clear it today, like I said, so I'll come in tomorrow. I think it came out very good. I'm gonna put like a matte finish on there. You can see I put a little bit of rust stain up here, sand throughs. Hope you guys like it. Thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe. So I'll be finishing this up, and then I'm gonna do a segment once I clear coat it, and then I'm gonna do one once I pull the paper off and pull it outside. So appreciate you watching. Be sure and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Okay, it's Sunday morning. As you can see, I just got done clearing. I wanted to get a video in before it completely dried to a matte finish. I went just a little bit more flatter than a matte finish. So it still has a ways to go. I just finished it. So I used UC35 House of Kolor, which is pretty expensive, but I'm used to it, and for the mixture on getting a nice sheen to it. And I use one choice flattening agent. I believe it's SU4985. Comes in quarts. Good stuff. Mix it up good if you use it. So what you do is mix up the normal 211 on the House of Kolor. That's the clear hardener reducer. And then you take that, divide it by 2. Let's say it's 20 ounces, so 10 ounces of SU4985, and that will give you a matte finish. So this one, I put just a little more of the flattening agent in it. So I think it came out excellent. In fact, the clear really brought out the coloring. So I put a few scratches in it on purpose. You can see the jams, how I left them teal. See how it brought out this here. It's still not dull. I don't know if you can get this, too much reflection. Just looks like surface rust and pitting. So it came out very, very good. More scratches up here. Special effect right there. I put 2 coats of clear on here. Good coats, actually. Usually on the when you put flattening agent in it, anytime you do a matte finish paint job, you want to put it on wetter than normal. So that way it dries like one sheet. Here's the other jam, instead of just spraying it normal. My 2 coats are sometimes, you know, equivalent to some painters' 3 coats. I lay it on pretty good, no matter if it's clear or matte finish. So that was hard to do, to leave that teal, this the fawn color. But overall, what I'm gonna do is pull off the paper. I'm not for sure if I'm gonna do it today. It's Sunday. I don't know if I wanna do that. You can see how this rust, where normally an arm would lay. I think it came out real nice. A little rust right here. Special effect, putting the emblems on. Once I put the emblem on, of course, you have rust coming out from underneath there. This is that special area that I took down the metal. Should look pretty cool outside. That is raw metal with my mix of candy tangerine, pagan gold, and candy apple red, all KK. So you can see how this came out. Try to get it with that reflection. So overall, I'd say I got about probably 12 hours into this paint job and probably $1,000 worth of materials. The red oxide base coat was an under hood color. They couldn't make it in the cheaper Omni, so I had to buy DBC. It was like $1.90 a quart. So I bought 2 quarts and mixed a little more paint with it. See how the grill surround came out. I'll show you my incentive for this area right here. We'll go out in the shop, and this is my 66. This is super, super, super clean. The floor pans are perfect. So that's it right there, rust around there. So that's where I got the idea for that. And the coloring, I love this Terrace Blue, pretty cool. This is the original paint job that was on it. I'll be digging in on this as soon as I get this done. So anyway, I'll be pulling this out. I'll do one more segment once I pull all the paper off. I'm gonna be changing the wheels. And then I will probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I know eventually I'm gonna sell it, so. But hope you enjoyed the video. Let me open the spray booth doors. Get back here. I think it came out pretty cool. Thanks for watching, guys. One more segment. Okay, it's Sunday morning still. I got it outside. The matte clear dries a lot quicker than gloss clear, so I had a chance to bring it outside before I left today. So it came out very, very good. I'm very pleased with it. It ties in with the roof, which I did probably about 3 weeks ago. So I did that first since this vehicle's so big. So, and like I said, my inspiration, I think I said incentive, but I meant inspiration was my 66. Which was also Terrace Blue. In my opinion, I think if you pick a nice color, white, this teal, a light blue, any good contrasting color with a red oxide really makes it stand out better. That's my opinion. You know, if it's a dark blue or something like that, you just need, it just wouldn't stand out as good. So I think it came out very, very nice. I easily got 100 hours into this project. So this is not my main vehicle. I just did it because I wanted to do a Patina paint job. And my other ride, my 66, is the one that I'm going to do the frame off on. So it came out very nice. Jams came out decent. Like I said, I replaced the pans. I had to pretty much build this area since they don't make this for a Suburban. And then the rocker's new. Left side's just pan only. See how this came out? The roof, I think I can get some of it standing up. See how the back came out? This is a 63 GMC Custom. I got all the moldings except for one, and that is the bottom right. So I'll be putting those back on. I'm putting the door handle. I thought about buying new door handles, but I don't think it'd look right. So I'm taking the door handles off my 66 and put them on here since I'm putting new door handles on that one. So leaving the custom trim in there. So I think I'm going to put new turn signals on there. I got the clear ones already. I'm not positive what I'm going to do. A little custom work there. Appreciate you guys coming along and looking at this video. Again, if you learned anything or enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Even subscribe if you could. I own a custom body shop. We do all kinds of cool stuff. So I'll be putting some how-tos, tips, tricks, all kinds of stuff. So motorcycles, cars, trucks, whatever. So be sure and subscribe. So until next video, we will see you later.